different part of the software. MMF is not a graphic editor. It includes a graphic editor to make it handy to finish. But if you really want to, we cannot spend 3 years on just the picture editor because this is not the focus of the product. We have to limit what we put in the picture editor. It will certainly be better for MMF3, but it will still be a small part of multimedia if you want to create sprites with a proper picture editor, buy Photoshop and use it.
Oh, I don't think Photoshop is a good editor for pixel art, but you could look at existing editors that are sprite artists use. They're not very complex, but they have specific functions that make it very easy to work with sprites.
But if you can make a list of these functions and send it to us, yes, we will consider it.
Okay. And the last thing is, are you still going to make it fully backwards compatible to old games, like you did with Multimedia Fusion 2?
Yeah, I think yes, of course. It will be compatible with KNP games, so we've got the routines to convert the old application, so we will just have to keep them. Nice. But of course, the application saved with MMF3 will not be compatible with MMF2.
Yeah, of course. Because I think you sacrifice a lot of flexibility to change how MMF works by having it backwards compatible.
No, I don't think so. You're thinking about the events or what? Yeah. What conditions do you think is too backward compatible?
No, I mean, if everything has to be backwards compatible, you limit how much you can change of how things work. Like if you wanted, for example, to change how the fast loops work, you can't do it because it has to be backwards compatible with how they work in Multimedia Fusion 2.
If we wanted to make different fast loop, we would create a new fast loop and remove them from the menu, the old one, but still keep it in the program. So we're not limited.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Anton, for your questions. So now we'll go long one question from Flamex. With the new Flash development in the works, I was wondering about certain compatibility. Will this runtime be compatible with extensions?
Yes, of course, you can have extensions in Flash, but of course you can have extensions that works with Flash. So the rest of the question is extensions that rely on Windows specific commands. Of course, no, because Flash doesn't provide the way to use it. For example, in Flash, you only have left click, you do not have right click, so I can't program it, so you won't have it in Flash. So everything like the window control object is not for Flash, etc.
I will ask, and could we don't use the middle button as a right button in the Flash?
No, just left button.
Only? Okay, so then, and if they are indeed going to be included, how will MMF be able to differentiate from extensions that are Windows specific so that they can be excluded from their runtime?
It's simple. When you are in when the build type of your application is Flash, you will simply not have the object in the insert object dialog box, so you won't be able to drop them. If you make a game not in Flash, in build type Flash, and then switch to build type Flash, you will have an error message when you build the games if you use extensions that are not supported.
Similar to how Taras will not recognize some extensions. Yeah, it will be similar.
I think you get another. It's better because you have the fact that the objects are not available in the insert object dialog, so you may know better.
Here's one example. For example, one aspect I find attractive to the Flash runtime is that we will potentially be able to produce applications that will be playable on the Mac operating system. Adobe Flash has an export system that allows to save your Flash files as a standalone application in exe form. It also has a similar export option for Mac. Now, if I were to export an MMF standalone executable what would happen if it relies on the extensions that use Windows-specific commands. That is just something I'm eager to know about so that I can get a good judge of the extent of the new Flash runtime.
So there are two questions here. So he wants us to make a wrapper of the SWF for the Mac. In Windows, there is no point in having a SWF file in an exe, because you can just directly save as an exe and it runs faster and you have more options. So for the Mac, I don't know if I find the code to create a wrapper. I can do as I've done for the Java runtime, because in Java you can save it as a Mac application already. So if I can do that for Flash, yes, I can do it. The other question is, so same question, if an extension uses Windows specific command, then it will not be converted, so you won't be able to use it.
Good. Next question is from IDMM. After messing around with the operating system, do you think the future might bring about an MMF that can be used natively on a Mac to make markups, even at a premium price?
Yes, well, as I said before, we are going to make a Mac version of Multimedia Fusion. So you will have, as for the PC version, you will have 3 products: TGF, MMF2, and MMF2 Developer, with different prices. So the answer is yes.
The next question is from LB. Will they all in the end be all in one version of MMF? I don't want to have to switch between versions all the time. And he means about hardware accelerations, Java modes, XNA, Android, Flash exporter, iPhone, and everything. Can you answer that?
Everything will come as you will have one version of Multimedia Fusion that will contain everything, but not all the options will be activated at the same time. When you buy, say, the Flash exporter, it will release the Flash export option from your main program, and you will be able to use it. So as time will come, yes, MMF2 will contain everything. We're not sure about HWA for the moment. May still be a separate version of MMF2. But MMF3 for sure will be one only product.
Okay. So I would like to ask us, do you plan, for example, after the releasing Java runtimes, hardware acceleration, and everything else, make them available already from the CD, from the new CDs which people will be buying, or they will have to update the MMF and then download everything from the internet?
It depends how many CDs we have left. If we come to 0, then we will do a new CD with the latest version of MMF2. So in this case, you won't. I don't know what's the stock of CDs we have right now, so I can't answer this question.
Okay. So this is everything like for now.
No.
Yes. It's,
oh yeah.
So thank you, Francois, for answering our questions.